In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to multiply decimals together. The first example we're going to go over is a simple one. It's going to be 18.7 times 4. The first step is to multiply 7 and 4 together. 7 times 4 is 28. We're going to write 8 there on the bottom and carry the 2 over. Next, we're going to multiply 8 and 4. And then we're going to add 2 to what we get. 8 times 4 is 32. And 32 plus 2 is 34. We're going to write a 4 down here. And we're going to carry the 3 on top. Next, we have to multiply 1 times 4. 1 times 4 is 4. And then we have to add the 3 on top. So that will become 7. Since there's one number behind the decimal, we have to make sure that our answer has one number behind the decimal. So we will find that our answer of 18.7 times 4 is 74.8. Next, we have 81.9 times 1.5. First, we're going to multiply 9 times 5. 9 times 5 is 45. We're going to write the 5 down here. And we're going to write the 4 up here carried on top. Next, we have 1 times 5, which is 5 plus 4. 5 plus 4 is 9. Last, we're going to multiply 8 times 5, which gives us 40. Since there's no number after the 8, we're going to write that entire answer down here. Next, we're going to move on to the 1. Whenever we move one decimal place over, we're going to add a 0 as a placeholder. Next, we're going to multiply 9 and 1. 9 times 1 . 9 times 1 is 9. Then we're going to multiply 1 times 1, which is 1. And last, we're going to multiply 8 times 1, which is 8. Next, we need to add these two numbers together. 5 plus 0 is 5. 9 times 9 is 18. We'll carry the 1. 0 plus 1 is 2. And then 4 plus 8 is 12. The last step is to check how many numbers are behind the decimal points in our question. We have the 9, which is before the decimal, and we have a 5 that's before the decimal. So in total, there's 2 numbers before the decimal place. So we have to make sure that we move the decimal place 2 times and that we have 2 numbers before the decimal. We find here that our answer is going to be 122.85. Next, we're going to have 8.2. Next, we have 2.58 times 3.1. First, we're going to multiply 8 and 1 together. 8 times 1. 8 times 1 is 8. Next, we're going to multiply 5 and 1. 5 times 1 is going to be 5. And last, we're going to multiply 2 and 1, which gives us 2. Now that we're going to start multiplying each of the numbers on top by 3, we have to put 0 as a placeholder. 8 times 3 is 24. So we're going to write the 4 down here and 2 we're going to carry on top. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2 is 17. So we're going to write a 7 and a 1 on top. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. Then we have to add these two together. 8 plus 0 is 8. 5 plus 4 is 9. 2 plus 7 is 9. And then we're going to drop this 0. In the question, we have 1, 2, 3 numbers that appear before the decimals. So we have to make sure that we move the decimal 3 times to the left. And we get that 2.58 times 3.1 becomes 7.998. Next, we have 14.7 times 5.1. First, we're going to multiply 7 and 1. 7 times 1 is 7. Next, we're going to multiply 4 and 1. 4 times 1 is 4. And then last, we're going to multiply 1 times 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Now that we're going to multiply the numbers on top by 5, we have to write a placeholder of 0. Next, we have to multiply 7 and 5. 7 times 5 is 35. We're going to write a 5 down here, and we're going to carry a 3. Then we're going to multiply 4 and 5, which is 20, plus 3 is 23. We're going to carry the 2. And then 1 times 5 is 5, plus 2 is 7. Then we're going to add these two numbers together. 7 plus 0 is 7. 4 plus 5 is 9. 1 plus 3 is 4. And then we're going to drop this 7. In the original question, we have the 7 that's before the decimal and the 1 that's before the decimal. So in total, we have two numbers that are before the decimal. That means that we have to move the decimal 2 times to the left. And we get that our answer is 47.97. Next, we have 4.45 times 3.45. First, we're going to multiply 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Then, we're going to multiply 5 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is going to be 22. and then we're going to multiply 4 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 2 is 22. Next, we're going to start multiplying with 4. We have to put one placeholder as a 0. Then, we're going to multiply 5 times 4. Once again, this is 20. Four times 4 is 16, plus 2 is 18. And then 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 is 17. For this last number, the 3, we have to put 2 zeros as placeholders. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. And same thing here, 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. And then we need to add these three numbers together. 5 plus 0 plus 0 is 5. 2 plus 0 plus 0 is 2. 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 5 is 15. So we're going to write the 5 and carry the 1. 2 plus 7 is 9, plus 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Here, 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And then we're going to drop this 1. In the question, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers behind the decimal spot. So we have to make sure that we move the decimal 4 times to the left. And we find that 4.45 times 3.45 becomes 15.3525. The last example we're going to work on in this video is going to be 16.7 times 12.3. First, we're going to multiply 7 and 3 together. That's going to be 21. Then 6 times 3 is 18, plus 2 is 20. Then we have 1 times 3, which is 3, plus 2 is 5. Next, we're going to start multiplying with 2. We're going to write a 0 as a placeholder. 7 times 2 is 14. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Last, we're going to be multiplying by this 1. 7 times 1. Before we do that, we need to write 2 zeros as placeholders, because it's 2 decimal places over from the first term, which is 3. Next, we do 7 times 1, which is 7. 6 times 1 is 6. And 1 times 1 is 1. Next, we need to add these three numbers together. 1 plus 0 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 4 plus 0 is 4. 5 plus 3 is 8. Plus 7 is 15. 3 plus 6 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. And then 1 plus 1 is 2. In our question, we have the 7 before the decimal and the 3 before the decimal. That means that we have to move the decimal spot over 2 times. And we get that 16.7 times 12.3 becomes 205.41. If you learned something new in this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, And if you're looking for one-on-one tutoring, check out the link in the description. I'll see you in the next one.